guys, Caleb here. I'm back with some new people this time.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
And we don't remember anything about the reading order, so we're just gonna go Dave, Caleb, Zeph, and Hawk. And we're on chapter 16, so let's go.
Chapter 16, The Witch and the Huntress. Finally, Nia on. Lots of description and awesomeness. It's finally done. Chapter 16, The Witch and the Huntress.
I've just got to say right now, I'm already disappointed that this chapter doesn't have rain in the title.
Oh, right, we were gonna do the rain thing for every chapter that would have rain.
I guess we're not going to take a drink now. Chapter 16, The Witch and the Huntress. It was a scary and cold outside. Nothing could be heard but the breathing of Raichu, Yuki,
Baby,
and
it's scary and cold.
Baby, it's scary and cold outside. Not even birds fluttered like fishes in the ocean. The sky of everlasting darkness and the stars. Or through the sky.
I'm not sure.
There's a reason that birds don't flutter like fishes in the ocean.
Because they fly.
No, they tend to flop around. And they don't make good pets. They just lay there after a while. They're very active when you first get them, but then they just sort of lie down and don't get up anymore. They were looking for Luca, who was known for her beautiful singing voice and magic spells that were vasted over people, and goodness, did she have big boobs! Oh wait, I read the wrong.
That is not only a bad sentence in general, it is worded really badly. Magic spells that were vasted over people?
I don't even know what that's trying to mean.
That were vasted over people. And goodness me, did she have big boobs!
Yes, because that's important to somebody's character. How huge their tits are.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't know?
Well, I mean, if they fall over all the time because of it.
Well, maybe that's why I wasn't well liked in school. I didn't have huge knockers.
There you go.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, neither did I.
And goodness did she have horrible back pain. Other people thought that maybe she was the child of the goddess Aphrodite. Others thought that she was a vampire seductress hidden away in the forest because her looks could destroy a person from the inside out.
Oh my god.
Then nobody could look at her or know if she existed ever, because they would have been killed.
They just sort of melted in place, and then their skin, their insides would have melted together, and their skin would just fall over like a dead shroud. Sort of like, Obi-Wan Kenobi's robe when it gets cut in half by Darth Vader.
And we're back to Star Wars.
I heard that she could be a vampire seductress hidden away in the forest because her looks could destroy a person from the inside out.
Thank you for the reiteration.
Oh my god, did they really just do that?
Yes.
Yes. Is it Richiru?
We're just calling her Raichu Ketchup.
Raichu Ketchup said, her eyes gazed amongst the stars and the moonlight. Heh. If that were true, Raikami, you'd be stuck in the forest with her. Mina laughed and giggled. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee.
Forset.
She sounded like... Forset. Oh shit, it is Forset. You'd be stuck in the forest with her. Mina laughed and giggled. She sounded like a sweet little chirping bird in flight on a warm summer's day, in the sunlight, feeling the light on its wings as it went over the world like a soft aeroplane.
Oh my goodness.
You were trying too hard, Fred. You were trying too hard.
In just the last paragraph, they were even saying that this moon and the stars were out, and now they're like, ugh. I know it's a description, but it's still annoying me.
Mina-chan, you are so flattering. Raichu Ketchup blushed, and her face became the color of a rose in bloom. Don't say such things. I don't deserve them. Of course you don't, Raikami, Yuki said. Out of all the people in the world, you are the only one who sticks with her friends like you do. Who are beautiful inside out. Any guy is more than...
because we turn you inside out now.
Wow. Okay, I just gotta remind everybody that this character they are describing right now is the author.
Yes.
Of course it is.
Also, her last name is what we're calling Ketchup, so you don't have to say Raichu Ketchup every time, Dave.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to clarify that, I'm sorry.
Thank you for being clear. Come on, we need to get Mina-chan's memory back, Raichu Ketchup said, and they continued on into the creepy forest. So, Mina-chan, how long have you been watching Pokemon? Yuki said. I don't even remember. I seem to have amnesia. There it is. I had trouble remembering the word, but I'm sure it's been a while. I only remember the lights flashing and Pikachu screaming. Oh, the screaming. That little yellow bastard, I didn't know he had it in him. Have you ever heard a Pikachu scream? It's horrifying. Never. Mina put her hands on her head and closed her eyes. I wish it would stop.
Don't we all?
See, the best thing about that sentence was that you can't tell which parts that were actually written and which parts they made up.
I know, right?
Calm down, Mina-chan, Yuki shook her. You're all right now. No one's going to hurt you. Pokemon isn't real, only if you make it real.
That's dumb!
What?
No, it's not
What?
real. Even if you made it real, it wouldn't be real.
I actually intentionally paused because I knew someone would have something to say about that.
Wow, Jack is only real
Can I
if I make
contain
it
my
real.
indignity?
Mina put her hands on her head and closed her eyes. I wish it would stop. Oh, the horrible screaming. Oh, he's electrocuting his own brain.
Pikachu
Calm.
sounds like a turtle having sex, apparently.
Wouldn't it be more squeak squeak? Technically, since he is, a mouse Pokemon.
I don't know.
Now let's all do our impersonation of Pikachu having sex.
Eek, eek,
Pika,
Oh, now I'm reminded of that one scene in Sailor Moon and the Seven Dragon Balls.
Oh, please, no.
Yes, they're all lined up the
wish I
side, and
didn't know what you were talking about, but I do.
the 7 Dragon Balls just hang right there between his legs, and if you pull up the one on the right end and let it go, the one on the left end will bounce and come back down and bounce the right one.
That would be kind of frightening.
I want someone to drop that.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Don't worry, Dave will later.
They probably will, though. Easily animated. Yuki's words reached out and touched Mina-chan like no other. Not even when...
Because they can touch people and caress them and diddle their naughty bits.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad you went there. I was about to do something much worse. But... You're right, Yuki. I need to stay strong. Mina's eyes glowed.
Because of course they...
Will they glow? They're like Kim lights? Oh no, they're Raver eyes. She has laser eyes. I have laser eyes. I know what you're thinking. Comes as no surprise. Christmas lights are blinking. Oh, only 2 people got this joke. Hey, Yuki! Are we almost there? Raichu Ketchup looked behind her to see the 2 following her. Yes, she should just be a tiny bit further. I can see her house. Yuki smiled, bright and beautiful. We need to be careful when we walk in. We don't want her getting scared and casting a spell on us.
Why don't you just knock instead of getting in?
Please don't kill us, we're coming in. Can she really do that? Raichu Ketchup looked at Yuki with slight doubt, like a lost boy. Yes.
So like from Peter Pan?
I was thinking more of the actual movie Lost Boys, but
Thou shalt not fall.
I should watch that. I haven't seen it in a while.
Keep
But
the some
wait.
of it.
Is one of these people actually male?
No.
Then how does that make any sense?
None of this makes
Because
sense.
boys look dumb when they're lost.
Everybody looks dumb when they're lost.
Yes, Luki was very cautioned. She can do almost anything she wants to. I wouldn't go questioning her unless you want to leave this forest looking like an ogre.
Like
She
Forrest
said
Gump.
beautifully
It's
with her
not
beautiful voice
ogre
that is so
till
beautiful.
it's ogre.
Look, this whole conversation is ogre, so just get back to reading.
Yes.
Mina and Raichu Checkup looked at each other and
It
tweeted,
became Checkup.
Mr. Checkup. Well, here's her house, Yuki said, and they all looked at the great structure that went up into the sky. As they walked, they could hear a soft, beautiful voice say, "Hello! I see you're looking for something." There she sat on a grand, luxurious
There
chair.
she sat.
It does say, there she sat on a grand, luxurious
Wow,
chair.
everybody
with-
is just taking shits all over the place.
She's shitting on a big luxury chair.
Oh my
You must
goodness.
excuse me. I have
Oh, maybe she's related to, what's her face from 50 Shades of Grey.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Well, it's not surprising she shat because her name was Luca Megurine. Her hair was about as long as the floor and was pink with soft pink highlights. She wore a tall witch's black hat that has gold trim around the edges of the brim. She wore a long, dark gray dress that was in 2 pieces. Her top was dark gray with gold trim. Yes, we don't need
I was just gonna say, because she didn't follow the washing instructions, so it was in 2 pieces.
Any longer than that, it would have been ripped to shreds and she would have been naked.
She wore a gold brooch thing. A gold brooch-like
Gold
thing on her
brooch
neck.
light thing.
It's not quite a brooch, but it's sort of like it, maybe.
Like it.
What's wrong, author? You can't think of any descriptive words for the brooch, but you can think of 1,000 words for yourself.
Yes.
On her neck, that was on her shirt. She had a headset.
Wait, it was on her neck, but it was on her shirt.
I guess it was resting on the shirt.
Well, I think she's like the narrator in the Rocky Horror Picture Show where she has no neck. She had a headset that was brown with gold trim and a gold zigzag pattern on it. The part that went on her ears was blue with gold trim, and her arm was brown armband with... Can I just... Oh, God.
I think the person who wrote this was on zigzags.
Why the sudden over-description about how she's dressed?
With gold,
Because it matters to the plot, don't you know?
gold writing.
It's
with
my
blue
immortal.
that lights up.
Oh, dear.
Her skirt was a dark gray with gold trim around the edges, and her waist was brown rectangles of brown with gold zigzag pattern. She wore brown socks with gold trim that went up to her thigh, and the inside of her skirt was a lighter brown with gold trim, and her shoes went up to her knees. They were golden trim too, and were gold. They had brown shoelaces and brown heels. The inside of her clavicle was also painted with gold trim.
Wait,
Her
the inside of
labia
her...
shone with sparkling gold glitter. Around her neck was a blue color, and her nails were blue with gold trim. She looked very awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Am I not the only one who thinks that would just look absolutely terrible?
It would.
I'm gonna have to look up this character and see what she actually looks like.
What do you want, children? Luca closed her blue, glowing ocean eyes. You could feel how powerful she was and mysterious just by looking at her. Raichu Ketchup. Catch-up. No, it's Checkup now. Raichu Checkup stood up and bravely said, "We are here to bring back the memory of our friend Mina-chan." She looked at Mina, and Mina stepped forward. Luca Megurine. "I want my memory back. Please?" Mina-chan bowed and got on the floor in front of her. She said, "Well, crawl a little ways forward. Let me lift up my skirt. Why should I do this for you? I am very powerful and very beautiful, hadn't you noticed? If you want time... If you want me to help you, you'll have to get someone just like me. How about you?"
Huh?
Luca pointed at Raichu Checkup. Checkup. "If you want me to restore your friend's memory, you'll have to be more than beautiful. You'll have to beat me in a singing contest."
Why?
I don't know, but it's stupid.
"But I warn you, no one has beaten me before. I am a master of music."
Because of course she is.
Didn't she already win a singing contest?
Yes, that was only like 2 chapters ago.
Why are we using the same damn plot then? Right, because that's when she got the abortion. I remember now.
Cammy, you can do it, Yuka cheered. You beat everyone at the school contest. You can for sure beat her here.
That's sort of like saying that because you're the best of all your little karaoke group, you'd win American Idol. It doesn't really work that way.
No. You gotta be like that one woman during karaoke night who sung Black Velvet. Oh my god, was she amazing.
Right, Cammy, you can do it, Yuki cheered. Oh wait, I'll use my angelic powers to help her, Yuki whispered to Mina. No, Yuki, Mina shouted. Only demons can control music.
What?
You'll have to
You
leave
can't
this to
see it, but I am raising up both my middle fingers so
I
hard
told you,
now.
right? Because this is even going to get even more fucking stupid and offensive.
She held on to Yuki. We can only pray. You're an angel. You can pray.
No shit! I'm pretty sure anybody can pray, honestly.
I'd also like to say in this sentence they use the word pray twice, but it's both kinds of pray.
You're an angel, you can pray, like you can prey on the innocent, I guess, because that's what angels do.
Yeah, demons are cool though. They're really nice and they'll give you things and help you out. Not for a bad cause or anything.
You're an angel. You can hunt. You must feed. Feed, but don't let them see you do it.
Because if you break the masquerade, so help me.
You're right, I can. Yuki put her hands in front of her and prayed. Daughter of Raichu Chekhov, holy God, help your daughter. She needs you right now. I am your disciple. Listen
Wait,
to me.
what? No, she, God itself, is your daughter. You are not the daughter of God. Can't you even get your story straight?
Come to your mother's aid, Mother of God, and help your mother.
I don't think you know what the hell you're talking about.
I don't think even the author knows what she's typing in that sentence.
Cryeg won't help you now. Come, Raichu Chekhov. Only come and sing with me. Sing, sing, sing. Luca began to sing, just be friends. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Her voice flew throughout the wind, like the beautiful sound of death.
I don't think death sounds beautiful.
I have several questions.
Okay, number one.
And to answer all your questions, I will just say yes.
Okay.
Don't underestimate me! Raichu Chekhov opened her lungs and started to sing.
She just ripped her chest open and cut them open.
Ripped them right out of her chest. And then
You ripped
started
the lumps
swinging
right
them
out of my
around over her
chest.
head like nunchucks. And started to sing My Sanctuary from Kingdom Hearts. You know, that song.
Okay, bullshit, because you can't sing that.
Her voice sounded like a flood of despair and beauty.
Bullshit.
It nearly drowned Luca's voice out. So they're singing at the same time.
Yeah, they're singing at the same time, so this just sounds like this horrible cacophony.
Also, who's going to judge who's better at this here?
I am.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
You are both the weakest link.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
both of them started to sing louder and louder because everyone knows if you sing louder, you sing better. Lucas sang, just be friends. All we gotta do, just be friends. It's time to say goodbye, just be friends. All we gotta do, just be friends. And Raichu sang, and you, and I, there's a new land, angels that fly, my sanctuary, yay!
I don't remember Angels being in that song, but I don't remember because I haven't heard it in a while.
Remix! Yeah. The sound fought each other like the fire and water tribes. At the final moment, Raichu Chekhov's music rang into the heavens. Her demonic powers took control and her eyes turned red. In her cat demon form, she sang so loud and so beautiful it shattered Luca's eardrums.
That sounds painful.
That doesn't sound loud, well, it sounds loud, but it doesn't sound beautiful.
My eardrums, they bleed. Luca cried and fell to the floor. Her ears and eyes were bleeding like a flood of pain
Why
and
her
agony.
eyes
and
are bleeding?
Why not?
Yeah.
An agony in her voice stopped. Fine, fine, I will give you back your friend's memory. Fine, back.
Which, of course, she
I
doesn't really, she probably sounds like, hey, because she can't hear herself anymore.
Right. Fine, fine, I will give you back your friend's memory back. She raised her hand, but before she could cast the spell, she said, "Joke's on you! I'm not giving you your friend's memory back. I'm giving her Donald Trump's memory back."
Oh no!
But before she could
Wait,
cast
then that just makes her a billionaire.
well, she thinks she is, she's not.
Is that actually what it's written?
No.
Before she could cast
Okay.
the spell, she was ripped into pieces. Ah! Mina screamed and hugged Yuki. "What the fuck was that?" Raichu Chekhov yelled. "You both are pathetic bitches!" She came out of the dark. It was Lucy. Her hair was short, pinkish red, and she was wearing long gown with no shoes. Her bare feet were on the floor, and her eyes were the same color as her hair, on top of her head were two white ones. "You asshole!"
Yes.
I'm assuming this is Lucille Ball.
No.
"You asshole!" Raichu Chekhov screamed. "I'm gonna fuck you up! You destroyed the chance of Mina-chan getting her memory back. I've always wanted to fight you. You think your life is so hard. You don't know my inner life."
God damn you, Jana!
"I know
Oh,
your life,"
God.
Raichu
No.
Chekhov said coldly. Like the
You don't know my
ice-cold
inner life?
No, just no.
Just fuck
Oh.
you, Jana! Fuck you, dressed up as Lucy. I hate you! I didn't even like that show anyway.
Now, if only it really said my inner life. He said coldly, like the ice-cold night, "But you don't know mine. Do you know what I've had to go through to be here?" She slammed her fist into the wall and made a I'm sorry, she slammed her fist into the wall.
It was like a damn it doll.
It was like when you feel the need to grab it by the legs and yell, "Damn it, damn it, damn
Yep.
it." She made a 10-foot hole. Lucy stumbled back a bit. "I always wanted to fight you, Lucy. No, I always wanted to fight you." Lucy took out her hands.
Oh, so
Wait,
she just had, okay,
Because she was
so,
keeping them in storage.
well there is a weird thing of like limbs and crap being ripped off in that show, so.
"I'm going to blood bend you in half. Raichu."
I thought only demons could do that.
Sounds kinky.
Surprise! "Not before I do." Raichu Chekhov whipped out her hand.
Because apparently she didn't have her hands either.
Where was that hand? Where was that hand?
Sometimes it's better not to ask.
And they began to bloodbend each other.
Well, somebody has to learn how to fist.
But when she took her hand out, was there a sucking and a popping noise?
Oh no.
They struggled and struggled, both their arms
I
shaking.
can relate!
A demon's power to bloodbend is a lot more stronger than yours. Don't
A lot
talk
more
so
stronger.
What? But you're
Stronger.
both fucking demons!
Don't talk so mighty, just watch or win. Lucy looked at her in anger. What makes you say that? Raichu Chekhov looked deep into her blood-red eyes. I'm not alone.
Apparently.
Dun, dun, dun!
Oh my god. Chapter 17. Reign of Heartbreak.
Take a drink.
It's gotta rain again. Yay.
Are we supposed to be drinking?
No.
I mean, I guess I could feel the pain, maybe.
No, the thing was Zephyr...
My drink is empty.
Zephyr wanted us to insert rain into the title every time a title actually
Almost
didn't
every
have
chapter
rain.
starts with rain, so.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
What are you talking about? Raichu's eyes burned like the fire of the sun. Who's with you, Lucy? Her eyes widened with surprise. and she nearly cried tears of anguish.
Down her feces.
Standing next to Lucy was her father. Lucy's father or your father?
I'm
Yes.
guessing her father.
Daddy, what are you undoing? He was cloaked with his face hidden as usual because...
He was cloaked with his face.
Oh, with his face hidden as usual, my bad. Which is the first time we've heard about him hiding his face or even wearing a cloak.
But it's important to the plot, don't you know?
I have a surprise for you, Raichu. At first I wasn't going to invite you, but since you are my daughter, I thought you should come and see me get married.
Whoa.
Don't call me daughter.
And see me get married to your new mother. He grinned, an evil grin of hate and darkness, even though you can't see his face.
Edgy.
Everyone, who was all of like 3 people aside from the witch, gasped. No! This isn't what I fucking think it is! It's not?
What?
Raichu cried. That's right, Lucy said coldly. Me and your daddy are getting married for some reason.
Dear.
Yes?
What? No, that was my thought in its entirety. Was just, oh my god.
I love this story. It's so romantic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we've totally been with this character since the beginning, right? And we know that they're huge rivals.
Right.
There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. Lucy laughed a cruel and sadistic laugh. Her eyes were blood red with pleasure.
Oh man.
Dave, don't you just hate it when that happens?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, well, my cruel
Trying to bust a
sadistic
nut
laugh
and all of a sudden you like end up busting one of your arteries or the vessels in your eyes instead.
Ow, my eyes.
I too enjoy maniacal laughter.
Ah, yes. Raichu's father leaned in on Lucy for a kiss, because it's not creepy at all. The lips and tongues met. It was like a bomb went off in Raichu's heart.
Oh, so they were kissing like they moved in on each other like
Yeah.
Everybody to see.
Like a bomb went off in Raichu's heart, exploding. Does that mean she's dead now? We can stop reading the story.
Please.
Oh, we're not that lucky, and you know it.
Ending
I know. It was sending blood everywhere.
Oh my god, so much blood.
Hi.
Because her heart exploded. I guess that meant her chest exploded too.
Oh good, the story's over.
Oh no.
That's
no,
just kidding. I know that we're only halfway through it.
You can't possibly actually be that naive.
Not after MIL, we can't be.
Oh my goodness.
This'll go on forever.
Oh my god, that's like totally fucking disgusting. I'll never go to your wedding. What a bunch of losers.
Like, oh my god.
Raichu threw up. Oh damn it, I went to the Valley Girl again. All these voices, I'm getting confused. Raichu threw up. In her fucking hands. That would be disgusting. Why would you do that?
You know what she says, you nasty disc.
Like, totally, you nasty disc. How gross.
Nasty.
Gotta go
Nasty
with a
disc.
spoon.
Don't need a thing. Bump, bump. Oh, nasty disc.
He threw his head back and laughed. No, my dear. You will come.
Gross.
I will guarantee it. I formally invited you to my wedding. Why does he fucking care if this one chick goes to his wedding or not? It's not like he's going to marry her or some shit. Whatever.
I don't have answers.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that, in one word you have summed up my feelings about this whole story.
He handed Raichu a pretty wedding invitation card for some fucking reason. At least consider it.
Pretty sure she did consider
And she told you flat out no.
I think her throwing up into her hands was a pretty good indication of...
Plus, I thought you, existing was a bad thing.
Right?
So why would she do that? Then you watched her have sex with her boyfriend. On top of this, didn't you threaten to kill her? Also, her future stepmother just fucked up this witch that's supposed to help her friend.
Yeah, there's still dead witch bits caking off,
Yeah,
off of the walls right now.
Just, meaning like 2 seconds ago, completely fucked her over, and you're like, yeah, but you should come to our wedding. Like, fuck you!
Won't you, dear? It's going to be really beautiful. She took the invitation, for some reason. Shut your mouth. You'll be lucky if I take another loo, at least. At it.
So she threw up in her hands, and now she's gonna piss on it.
Yeah, she's gonna go into the bathroom, dump all that crap in the toilet, including the letter, and just take a shit on it. Which, after the fact they killed this person who was supposed to help their friend, I can understand why. That's like the only reasonable action that this story is going to take.
Oh my, please, 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 no star turds, no star turds, no whammies, no whammies.
As long as it's not even close to star turds, it might be okay. But as long as we don't get to MIL levels, we should be good.
I'm not gonna give it any quarter, to be honest.
Yeah, but I agree. I don't want star turds either.
Oh my goodness. 50 times bitten, twice shy.
The invitation moaned in her hands, like placing your hand on a hot stove, because that's relevant.
I guess.
Tears of blood started to pour down her feces. Tears of blood started from her eyes, and she felt like she was going to cry, though isn't she crying now?
Wasn't she already crying?
I know everything there is to know about the crying.
Why would he hurt her like this? So you wanted to marry your dad? So now you're into this incestuous relationship with your father? I would still read this story, but it's gotta be good if you're gonna go with incest.
Well, and here's the thing, it's just like, she's all over the place. It's like, are you into this or aren't you?
Yeah.
So it's like an actual girl. Yay.
Shots fired, shots fired. Me and Lucy both have something in common.
We're both huge dicks.
And she is my type of girl in bed. Gee, Dad, thanks for sharing. It's almost like you're trying to tell me something about our relationship here.
We have something in common and not just what we do in the sack.
Well, son, I knew I was in love with your mother the night after our first date when she blew me, and I really enjoyed the way her pussy felt around the cock, and so. Thanks, Dad! Tell me more about my conception. How big an accident was it?
She did jello shooters out of my asshole, and that's my thing.
Oh no. No.
Her father smiled. I hope to see you tomorrow, Ray-chan. Bring your little brat too, if you want. Wow, you're a dick dad. That's your grandchild who happens to be fucking God.
God.
I have a rather pertinent question, I think.
Okay.
We can all pretty much agree, even if you don't believe in a deity, we can all agree basically on the definition of one. It's like the creator of the universe, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, how does one give birth to God?
According to God, God existed in all of us. She was just waiting for the right pair of people to get together and have a baby.
Okay. Because, I understand, if you're going with a pantheon, that does make sense, because there's that kind of thing in Greek and Roman mythology. But I'm just thinking, if you're talking about the one true all-holy deity, that doesn't really work.
Yeah. Well, apparently there is some kind of pantheon, because she mentioned Aphrodite.
Yeah.
And angels and stuff existing. So surely they would, in theory, be aware of a god at least.
Sure, and I am aware of the fact that she doesn't actually know what she's talking about, but it's the same mistake I make every time trying to figure something out.
Oh, these stories will like mess with your rational brain and just make it worse.
I know, right? And I haven't done this in a while, so it's just like, man, it's just like I forgot that there's no logic to be had.
Not with some of these, no.
I need to remember that.
No, it's
Steal
unfortunate.
yourself. There's still
Alright,
more.
so as I was saying, yeah, insult not only your grandchild, but God itself.
Right.
Well, these guys are supposed to be like evil demons and devils and stuff,
I
so I don't
guess.
think they really give a shit.
I don't think they really know how their pantheon works. I think they're just kind of winging it.
She's dating the nation of Denmark. Enough said.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Suck it, Daddy! Raichu screamed at it as her father and Lucy flew away because they could somehow do that into the air.
She may want to watch exactly what she said, because from what I understand, her father would probably be only too happy to suck it.
Yeah. Which I would say might be an improvement on this story, but probably wouldn't be written well.
No, that is, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's true.
Damn it! Raichu cried. I can't believe this! That bitch and my father! This is all too strange! Like death has crawled into my mouth for some reason, and is poisoning all of my organs. I feel like I'm dying from the inside out.
And here's the part where every character in the entire...
Your crap.
I am going to predict exactly how the rest of this chapter is going to go.
Okay.
Every character is now going to console her and tell her how she's so great and she can overcome anything because she's so awesome.
Also, if it's like death has crawled into your mouth, does that mean you bit into like a rancid strawberry or some shit? 'Cause that is nasty.
Sounds pretty nasty.
Well,
you found half a worm in your apple.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't going to say anything, but I mean, like, technically, every single time you consume nourishment, you have death in your mouth.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, regardless of what you are eating.
Look at the philosophical hat on Hawk.
Yuki put her hands on Raichu's shoulders. What kind of voice do you think she has, or should I just go with it?
Just go with whatever.
Deep Irish accent. It's like Scottish drunkard.
I don't think I can do that.
Don't swear to me, Ronnie. Everything will still count. I don't know what that was, but okay.
That was definitely something.
Don't worry, right, Kami. Everything can still work out. How? Tears of blood came down her feces.
These people have problems. They need to see a doctor. Nobody has any blood left in their body.
I know, right? It's sort of like, I think it was My Immortal, where the main character would just casually slit her wrists. Like,
yes, every time something happened, slitting her wrist was her answer. And then they would also cry tears of blood, but then there was that famous line of her crying tears of blood down her feces.
Yeah. So, like, I will say that, like, well, I'm not the only one either. You, and Hushisho will do the same.
Though at this point, we've probably driven it into the ground, and everybody's like, shut up about that.
Now it's, it's like a literal meme. It's like part of this show's DNA now.
That's in my lingerie.
Yeah.
Do you know what will really get to your father? Is if you killed him and Lucy that day. Because we're assholes, I guess. Even though they're also assholes. In front of everyone. He'd be so embarrassed.
He'd be so dead.
I'm embarrassed in my death.
Her eyes shone brightly as she smiled. Yuki! Raichu gasped. That's perfect. No, that's better than perfect. Those two will pay for killing a witch and stopping me from getting my friend's memory back. Even though that was really contrived to start with, and I don't know why we thought it was a good idea.
Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around, it's like, I will only do this for you if you are as beautiful as I am. Also, you must beat me in a singing contest. It's like, what?
I'm
don't
really
understand.
hoping this story got into the hands of the author's therapist.
That'd be interesting. So, like, I totally went and I was trolling these idiots online. It was so funny because they thought it was a real story.
I don't think this is a troll story.
I don't know, but it could very well be. But
I serious to God do not think this is a troll story.
Yeah, I think it's probably a coin toss.
Yeah.
Because I know, or rather I knew people who, like, legitimately wrote like this.
Just looking at this girl who wrote it and her description of herself and like the description of the story and everything, I'm like, yeah, this person wrote this story. This is serious.
I'm reading this story with you guys, and I'm laughing at it. I'm going to continue to make fun of it, but then I'm also seeing it on some other level where I'm starting to get really worried for the author.
I'm looking at the author.
Like,
author's
is her
profile
relationship
here.
with her father not that great, and that's why we're getting this I got to kill daddy on his wedding day issue.
You know, honest.
well, it could
Right.
be.
I mean, I'm just looking at it right here, and this person is totally serious. This is a real thing here. Yep.
Which makes it these are the best kind of stories for me. They're the
Oh,
best
of
kind of
course.
bad stories for me, but
Well, honestly, regardless of whether it's a troll or not, anytime I read one of these stories, I'm going to treat it as if it was genuinely written
right.
and talk about why this doesn't work and doesn't make sense.
No, yeah. So let's get back to it.
Where did I stop with that sentence?
I don't know.
Or should I just start again?
You may as well
Well,
just
not
take it
from
from
the
the top.
top. No.
Okay. Yuki. Raichu gasped. That's perfect. No, it's better than perfect. Those two will pay.
Just real quick, how is something better than perfect?
Perfect quest.
I mean, is that like Cell from Dragon Ball Z when he reaches his perfect form and then he becomes even more perfect later on?
Those two will pay. She was so excited. Mina, I'm so sorry about your memory. That is one thing I wish we could fix. Just make her watch Pokemon or something again. You'll be okay.
Make her watch Digimon.
Yes, which was a much better show in my opinion. Suddenly, a strange feeling overcame Raichu. A lusty feeling.
Wow.
Oh, are we gonna have lesbian sex?
I'm crossing my fingers.
This might improve the story, I don't know.
Anything would improve this story. Oh, wait, no, I take it back.
She felt like she needed to drink blood. Because when I get horny, I suddenly have this craving for blood, don't you know?
Oh man, that is. Oh, I'm just gonna let that one go.
Her eyes became blood red because they weren't already red. Like the sun, which is actually yellow. And her veins popped out of her head.
Like literally, like those coil snakes.
Yeah, they jumped out. We're out of here.
Yeah, her veins just ripped themselves from her forehead and ran away. 'Cause they knew this fic was bullshit and they didn't want to be a part of it anymore. She could feel the hunger in her.
Thanks for that.
In herself or in Mina?
Yeah, she's got hungry thighs.
Right, Kami. You're giving us that look. Mina said scared.
The look of love.
Raichu went over to Luca's body and began sipping up what was left of her for some reason. It tasted so wonderful, the blood of a witch. Which you've already had before because you killed a witch like in the first chapter. The blood dripped all over her mouth and body. She started smearing it all over herself, on other people, on the bits of the witch that's left.
Yeah, this is worse than Lady Gaga.
Rubbing her arms and legs and back, because that's what you do when you're drinking blood.
Well, that's what you do when you eat anything, right?
She wanted to live in it. She wanted it in her. Oh. She bit off part of Luca's arm, for some reason, and chewed it down like a fleshy Twizzler. I of satisfaction and blood.
Come on.
Okay, first of all, Twizzlers do not taste good. They are nasty.
Well,
I'm not a licorice person, so.
I do credit her for capitalizing Twizzler, as it is a proper name.
oh man.
But, I thought she was a vampire cat person. Demon thingamajigger. Why would she be eating her flesh?
Yeah. Gross.
Waste not,
That's
want
just
not.
I
ick.
suppose. Raichu, Yuki grabbed her. Stop it, you're scaring us. Stop it, please. Guys, you are aware of what she is.
I know, right?
And also, if she's in this state, I don't think you should fuck with her.
Right.
It's
Just give
time to back
personal
away.
space, guys. Personal space.
Raichu just looked at her and growled. When she was done, there was nothing left of Luca but her
So
clothes.
she's eating her bones and all.
Yes.
Huh.
I sort of interpret this scene as a admission by the author that the clothes he put the witch whoever they put the witch in are awful. That's why they wouldn't.
But like, putting aside just for the moment, that is just like the most vile, disgusting thing. Can you imagine like trying to eat the weight of a full-grown person?
No, your tummy would be full.
I mean, like, she would look like a freaking Snorlax.
Well, it also depends on how much of her was disintegrated when she was ripped apart.
I guess.
Oh, I had too much witch tonight. I am gonna visit the camp. Oh, I feel an eyeball poking out already.
Oh,
damn.
dude.
Thanks, Dave.
I wonder why the eyes never digest. Oh, he
Oh.
just stares right back up at me. Anyway, down the hole.
Thanks for making it as worse as possible, Dave.
I'm sorry, Cassie.
I'll never read Jack again.
Me neither.
Then suddenly a light shone from above, and the fucking god herself appeared, Elaine. She flew down to them, and her she flew.
Sort of stumbled. She was gonna glide down, but she tripped, and she just sort of tumbled all the way down. Landed on her face.
Right on her butt.
She flew down to them, and her long green hair floated around her, like as if she were swimming.
Like as if.
Or in space. She was naked again for some reason, because I guess you don't need clothes in heaven land.
Not those awful clothes, anyway.
Like she was at birth. So wait, she somehow transformed back into a baby?
I don't think that's what she meant,
Oh.
but yeah.
Sure. Run with it. Great. Go. Oh, God.
Aka-san, Elaine spoke. You have shown great bravery coming here, and defeating the terrible witch Luca Margarina.
Wait, what? No,
Margarina.
bullshit. It was that other chick who destroyed her.
You're right, she did.
And it was a dick move.
Yes.
Luca Margarina.
Yes.
In return for your bravery and heart, as a true friend and warrior, full of shit, by the way, you're really stupid, Mom. I will give Mina Chan's hearing. What? No, that's not what was wrong with
the
her.
witch lost her hearing, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
she burst the witch's eardrums.
The author probably brags that she's able to do these stories all in one draft.
I will give Mina Chan's hearing back to her. Elaine raised her hands into the air, and the light shone. Okay, so first of all, why not just ask your child who is fucking God to do this shit? Why even fucking bother with a witch to begin with?
Yeah. Like,
By the way, kid, could you
honey,
make
could
me
you do
not
me a
love
favor?
the taste of human flesh?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I know.
Elaine raised her hands into the air, and a light shone around Mina's head. She could feel the essence of life running through her like rushing river water to the south.
Specifically to the south.
Yes.
Because the North are all troublemakers.
Right.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
What did I tell you about taking my catchphrases, boy?
Oh my.
Thank you. Mina equals Chan cried tears of joy and happiness. Thank you so much. This means everything to me. You're welcome, Mina-chan. Take care of Oka-san for me, will you? You too, Yuki. We will, Yuki and Mina said. By Tenshi Kuzu. What? What is that even?
Because and she doesn't have like a footnote or anything for those of us who don't speak pidgin Japanese.
It's nice that you said pidgin Japanese, because I'm reading as Tenshi Kazu. Yeah.
Again, Tenshi is angel. Kuzu, from what I remember of looking it up last time, was the equivalent of crap.
Thank you, angel shit.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be like angel dust.
That's my favorite cover band, Angel Dust.
But
Angel
that's not
shit.
how that worked. Right, you waved? Ashitaru, you. Really? No, you just say Ashitaru. That's it. There's no extra you.
If I laugh any fart, or I'm going to Ashitaru in my pants.
Oh. You little rascal, you.
Yes. Ashitaru, you too. Oka-san. Again, just say Ashitaru, comma, Oka-san.
Better yet, don't use that phrase.
That too. You can just use normal fucking English. We can still be aware that maybe some people have Japanese origins or something. There are better ways to express that people are speaking a different language than this.
Yeah, and if you insist on writing something in a language other than the primary one your story is written in, have a translation. Otherwise, it's useless to your readers.
Yes.
I say
Maybe
just
a
don't.
phonetic spelling. Yeah, just that's not.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson, whole
Let's see
fucking
here.
movie in a foreign language and nobody even speaks anymore.
Yeah.
Elaine blew, as in the color, her kiss and disappeared. We'll need to do some fucking shopping for this wedding. Raiju smirked and looked at Mina and Yuki.
Shopping montage!
Please, no.
Am I reading the shopping montage?
Yes.
It looks like.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, I love this first author.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah!
Oh,
Finally.
hentai warning. Yay. And I get to read it. Okay.
Well, if you
chapter
can't handle
18.
it, move on.
Blood, Love, Rain.
No,
So
you
great.
gotta read the author's note first.
Oh, I will.
Yep.
Blood, Love, Rain. Alright. Fucking serious hentai warning. Jesus, if you can't handle it, then move on. Chapter 18. Blood, Love, Rain. It was
Blood,
nearly midnight.
Blood,
The
love,
beast-
rain. Rain, love, blood.
Oh my gosh. Blood, Love,
Vic
Rain.
doesn't care, so let's go.
It was nearly midnight. The breeze was cool with the shouts of people of the dead.
What?
People-
What does that even mean?
If they're dead. I guess a zombie apocalypse happened, but she wasn't sure if they were dead.
The breeze was cool with shouts of people if the dead. If the dead. Something about it was just screamed sex.
What?
What?
Okay. What about
The zombie apocalypse means you got a boogie?
it? What about the shouts of the dead scream sex?
They're demons, I guess.
I don't care.
Whatever fucking happened to Kagome and Sesshomaru?
He was there. She was there. Lucy
Ow.
stood in the moonlight with her long red hair fluttering in the wind, like
Thought it was pink.
Butterfield in the wind. Okay. Oh, I get it. Butterflied in the wind. She had silk white see-through robe on with white silk see-through belt around her white silk see-through waist. Her white horns shone in the wind and the moonlight like they were glowing, so beautiful. Raichu's father was aroused at the sight because he could see her boob meat.
Just give him a fucking name.
He walked over to Lucy and put his hand on her butt. You know, I've got to tell you something, he said. He looked deely in her crimson satin eyes, glowing like a fire of desire and want. You don't know who I am, do you?
She's fucking marrying you, dude! I think she fucking knows who you are, unless you just had an arranged marriage or some shit.
Lucy's voice faint like a tiny kitten and in love.
What?
No, I don't. You've never showed me your face, but your body is all I need.
Wait, so he just keeps his face in a mask or something while you're fucking?
Yep. he's like
What about kissing and shit? What about him, like, doing things down there with his mouth to you?
With his mouth hole. We will find out about that shortly, I'm sure. She wrapped her arms around him like string. I must show you who I must show you who I am, Lucy-kun. He gently lowered his hood from his head. Lucy gasped. He was a lot uglier than she imagined.
Wow, you're an asshole, and that's gonna be your husband, Dick.
Lucy looked upon his yellow hair.
He said
and
that she wrapped her arms around him like string. I'm thinking like Olive Oil's arms from Popeye. And
oh my hell! Lucy looked upon him, his yellow hair and built-digit body.
Yeah.
You Goku-kun.
Fuck you.
Or
Yeah.
Goku.
Yeah.
Because Goku is evil, apparently.
You can't see, but I'm face palming right now. So, okay, I need a second. You're Goku-kun! Your hair was different. Or his hair was different. It was really short and spiky.
Thank you. I didn't think you'd notice through the microphone.
And he was rather tall. I've traveled into the future and I've met this beautiful woman that when I had Raichu...
Damn, baby, you so beautiful.
Beautiful woman. That's when I had Raichu. Until one day, the little bitch killed her own mother. I should have thrown her into the streets when I found out that she had become a cat demon.
But weren't you part cat? Or, I don't even remember how this lineage was explained anymore.
It doesn't matter.
I know.
I don't even think the author remembers.
Well, and it just said when I found out she had a cat demon.
Oh, okay. His eyes glowed with the fire of hate and destruction. I have already fallen from my past as a hero and begun using drugs.
Oh dear.
Oh my god.
But this didn't make it any better. He would do
I was promised hentai.
daughter and wearing he would do anything to kill his daughter and to wring her neck to bits. Lucy-kun, it doesn't matter who I am. I still want to do you. I want your ass. He
That
squeezed
is so
his hand.
romantic.
I'm not gonna do you in the vagina, but just your ass.
It was so round and so voluptuous. Lucy,
Why is he saying
Voluptuous.
saying this?
oh, it's so round and voluptuous. Lucy opened her white silk see-through robe. Come at me, big boy. I've been waiting for this moment for a schlong time.
Okay, I'm gonna say that disproves this being legit.
I was waiting for this moment for a schlong time. I want to fuck that ugly face.
Why would you? That's not romantic.
Okay.
I want to fuck your ugly face. She threw her white silk robe on the ground. Lucy used
Threw
her...
it on the ground.
What the fuck is that word?
Diclonius.
Diclonius. Hold on, I have to look this up now because I'm not sure if that's how you spell it or not. I think it might be Diclonius.
And
Lucy-
what?
It's
I don't
still,
even know what
it's still
she's going
unfortunately
for
named.
that one.
She used her Diclonius hands to unzip his pants and play with his big dick parts. well, she used her other hand.
Wait, you don't know what a shaft and balls are?
I'm more
Oh,
worried
she
about
showed
his dick being in separate parts.
with the dick pots.
Yeah, the male genitals are like a Mr. Potato Head. You can move the parts around.
Well, of course you can, as we've learned in Sonic and the Sex.
I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. Okay, wait. Okay, yeah.
I've been
She used her
waiting for
hand
this
to
moment.
play with his big dick parts, and she used her other stupid hands to play with hers. He kissed her
Her own
neck,
big dick parts.
sucked on her titties. Her own bad parts, yes. He sucked on her titties. Let's move this to the sky, Goku said, and smiled like a demon. He wrapped his arms around her and they flew up in the air like two butterflies, making wings of the wind. Lucy's white see-through silk robe fell to the ground under them, even though she had already taken it off and thrown it aside. I love your silky white chocolate skin.
Oh, dear.
Silky, what?
Yes, give me that ass. Lucy wrapped his legs around him.
I guess he's double jointed.
Like olive oil.
Gokun, you feel so good. Please don't stop. Not if your life depended on it. She gasped and whined as he went in and out of her like an elevator.
Wait, what?
Building. Like an elevator. Yeah, I take everything I said back. This is not real.
Wait, when did he actually penetrate her?
Now? Like an elevator.
Okay.
Living it up while you're going down.
Oh dear.
Oh. Lucy used her stupid hands to rub her nipples.
Really?
And harder when she rubbed them, she smiled in delight. And his nose bled on Lucy's face.
Gross! Why?
Because there hasn't been enough red
Of
stuff.
that,
yet.
she gasped. Oh, wait, I skipped a line. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. He said, I got a little too excited.
Oh god.
Continue to make
So
out with...
he ejaculates blood out of his nose.
Ew.
Well, it's just like the Sun story, so.
Continue to make out with her with his long tongue. Luke, I'm gonna flip you over and do you doggy style. Oh, I love that, she gasped.
While you were flying around in the air?
And so he flipped her over and did her doggy style.
Hey, hold on. Hawk, do you think, Gohan and Videl ever do it like this?
You know what? I have to say it has never occurred to me to think about it.
It didn't me until right now.
Further, I didn't have that image of Goku and Videl before now.
No, I said Gohan.
Or, whatever. Yeah.
So wait, this is more like Superman and Lois Lane.
I love that, she gasped, and he flipped her over and he did her doggy style and he held onto her horns like she was a bull and he rode her through the air. Hee-haw!
Her horns aren't big enough for that. Her horns aren't big enough for that. They're just these little stub things on her head.
He was just
She
using his
loved
index
her
finger as thumb.
She shoved her stupid hands up his stupid ass and screamed through the ass. It was so good. And screamed through the ass. It was so good.
That's called a fart.
Moaned and yelled. It was the best he ever had. You better watch out, Lucy. I'm gonna come all over you if you're not careful, he said.
How is this the best? You guys...
If Raichu could see this, she would... What? If Raichu could see us right now, she'd be so pissed, Lucy chuckled.
Stop encouraging the incest!
Oh my god, Goku screamed and he came in the sky with liquid-fied pleasure all over the townsfolk below.
Oh, no, it is like the sun! It's like the sun from the Comics Next story last night.
He gently took Lucy down and landed them both on the edge of a bathhouse. It was nice we got to celebrate our honeymoon early, isn't it? That's right! Lucy wrapped her arms around him and kissed him. I can't wait for our wedding tomorrow. Raichu's gonna pay for being a little bitch brat that she is. Goku smiled and laughed. Lucy laughed, and they made love for the rest of the evening. Chapter over. Thank God.
So
Oh.
I looked it up because I was tired of seeing that stupid word over and over again. So I guess this Lucy person is a major character from an anime called Elfen Lied.
Yes, it's a bad anime. Never watch it.
I hadn't planned on it, but like from what I can see from some of these pictures, like she has these little energy arms. So
Basically, the story is the Clonus are, I'm not even sure I'm saying that right, but they're the next evolutionary step of humans, but they're kind of like the X-Men, so they're feared and mostly unknown.
I like my description better.
So basically, they have what seems like psychic powers, but in reality are like these invisible hands that they have. And so they're able to do all kinds of things with these invisible hands, like sever limbs or or just smash things.
So according to Goku, he's just fucking a stump of a woman who happens to have like electric hands that he can't see.
Well, you can see the person and their horns. It's just you can't see these extra invisible hands.
And that is a concept that is practically tailor-made for hentai.
Yeah. Well, it is also in that vein of series, so.
I love getting all the stories. All the horrible chapters with all the horrible sex. They make me smile.
Okay. Phew! Thank God it's finally chapter 19! The views expressed in this do not reflect those of Bad Fanfiction Theater. Aren't we excited? I am! Sorry, lol. Little hyper because my new episode is taking tons of images to make. I'm very tired. It's usually only around 60, but this is super detailed, so yeah. A few people complain about my Japanese. Fine! I will include more into the story. I think that's the opposite of what they want. I could translate this all into Japanese if I had to. No one gives a shit!
We still all the Japanese.
So, wait, why is she including it if she's just gonna bitch about people wanting more of it?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Also, why is she complaining about translating her story into Japanese when she's not actually translating it into Japanese? All she's doing is just using as if it was not written in characters but in English letters, whatever, I don't care anymore.
She's a teenager who knows like 3 words of Japanese and therefore thinks that she could integrate herself into Japanese culture.
Yeah.
Using the equivalent.
I mean, granted, I think we've all went through that phase, or at least I did, and my friends, but, eventually you grow out of that because then you start to realize that not everybody knows what those words mean, and if you never bother explaining what those words mean, or really have a reason to use those words, you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, what you said. So, where was I? Oh. Chapter 19. Rain on your parade. We're so clever.
Oh, really?
Come on, let's go! We should be getting to the bride shop as soon as possible. I know what I want to wear. I think I'll look super cute in it.
Raichu smiled her hate, and closed her eyes.
There might be stuff you guys will like too, Yuki-chan and Mina-chan.
Raichu took their hands in a soft weeping motion, like a bird flying lowly. Oh God, shut up. And they began to walk out of the dark forest.
Because they realized that they're with some kind of crazy moron, and this is a situation they can't get out of.
I'm so happy your memory is back, Mina-chan. We were really worried about you.
Yuki smiled at her.
I thought her hearing was healed.
Right. Yeah.
I only take one drive, people, and they never look at it again.
Thank you for all you did for me, especially you, Reikami. I don't know where I'd be right now if you hadn't been there for Raichu and willing to fight Luca Megarine.
Wait, what? Especially you, Reikami. I don't know where I'd be right now if it hadn't been for Raichu.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I was getting confused because I was thinking she was referring to them as two different people.
Ah. And willing to fight the Luca goers. No, that's something else.
Also, first, why is she Rei Kami? She's not a god.
Well, she thinks of herself as
She's
one,
the mother of God.
Yeah, but she's not technically god, so she wouldn't be Kami.
Yeah, well.
Kamehameha.
She'd be at least a Sama, but that's about as far as I know of Japanese honorifics.
Well, I mean, it's all stupid to begin with, but I mean,
yeah.
Kami, Kami can just mean a god.
Come.
Like a
God
lesser.
damn it, you beat me to it, Zaffer. I'm just waiting for an opening to go kami chameleon.
But I mean, obviously, this is just a massive ego trip.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Raichu and willing to fight Luca Meringue. It's a pity she had to die. She sounded so beautiful.
which is why we fucking sang her to death before she got blown to pieces.
Right. Also, how did you hear if you didn't have hearing?
Right. I didn't even think about that.
Even though it was your memory that was fucked.
Right.
Well,
But I mean,
they spent like half a page describing that chick just to just kill her.
right.
Yeah, pretty
This
much.
whole
but-
thing, yeah.
Think about this. If she sang in such a way that ruptured her eardrums, she sang in such a way that would have ruptured everyone's eardrums.
That's true.
I mean, it's like everyone there was practically within arm's length, so.
It'd be like that one episode of shit, what's that? Anyway, is it Speed Grappler? Or something
I'm
like
not
that?
sure.
There's like one guy and his whole thing is like he's like a giant speaker thing, and when he plays his music it like makes people's eardrums like explode and bleed and they die. It would be like that.
Wow.
Of course not as beautiful as your voice, Raichu. I didn't know you had it in you, but deep down I did.
Bitch, which one is it?
Yes, they were all ready to support you when it happened, and even to ensure your win, they're like, let's pray to God to grant you the ability to win this.
Right, Uki said. A noise sounded quietly, like a rustling in the bushes.
It was the wind blowing between her ears.
Oh, Kami!
Oh God! Raichu whispered in dry, leafy whisper, as if her throat was crusty.
I hate having a crusty throat.
Covered in hard dirt.
I know this sensation! I know who this is!
He stepped out of the bushes, his red coat long and torn in many places, like as if. Stop saying like as if.
Like, as if totally.
He were to have been in a battle with hungry dogs. Okay.
Oh.
His smile was twisted like the mean dick that he. Oh no! Hang on! It stops there. His smile was twisted like the mean dick he.
Was.
There's no was there. Oh no! Wait. Yeah, there is. Never mind.
Well, how did
Sorry.
that was disappear?
I don't know. Sometimes that happens in fanfics we read.
Yeah,
like,
that has happened to me before.
Okay.
Sorry. It's possible my eyes had unfocused. That's very possible.
It's okay. It's easy for them just to glaze over while reading this.
Yeah.
His long tongue slipped through his vampire teeth, like phased through them, like as if to say
Take a
konnichiwa.
drink.
Hang on, let me read that one more time. His long tongue slipped through his vampire teeth, like as if to say konnichiwa. How does that in any way imply konnichiwa?
Well, his tongue actually has a face on it, like in that. What was the?
It was.
Chosen one. I can't.
Konnichiwa, bitch!
I can't remember the
It
name
was
of the
fucking
movie.
Alucard again. His
Is
Japanese.
it Kung Pao? Yeah.
It says here his Japanese name is Arucado, and I'm like, that's just because that's a Japanization of Alucard.
Yes. It's not something we needed to know, author. Thank you very much.
He laughed like a madman.
Oh, and in case you're wondering why I was like, seriously, the Battle with the Hungry Dogs thing, it's because I saw that was Alucard, and then she made that reference, because when they fought Alucard on the train,
Oh God.
Inuyasha called his sister Princess Mononoke,
What?
who brought one of the wolf children
Yeah,
with her.
that did happen.
He took off his goggles to look at the 3 young girls in front of him. Well, well, well. Yuki, it's nice to see you again, he smiled.
I wish I could say the same.
Yuki looked at him coldly back with the essence of an ice blue.
Cube. Even though it says blue.
The essence of an ice blue. Anyway.
He means like blue ice, like what comes out of an airplane.
Sure. Cousin Raichu Ketchup. Oni. Damn it. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking of a ketchup demon now. How are we today? I see you've been drowning your postpartum depression in blood and fear. How's
She
being...
didn't have depression. She's been pretty okay with this.
No, because the baby was God and was like, "Bye, Mom." The story's. I'm getting angry.
You will feel the rage. The laundry rage.
Right.
Lingerie.
Oh God, Dave.
How's being knocked up at the age of 17 feel? Oh, so this is technically pedophilia as well.
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
Well, I don't know how old Inuyasha was supposed to be, but possibly.
Anyway.
At least I've been with a woman.
Raichu hissed.
Wait, what? You have? I was to where you were also bi.
Oh, I think that did happen. I don't remember though. I don't want to remember.
I don't recall it ever being a thing.
I would put it past the authoress here, but, I wasn't here until now. I've gotten laid more than you, Sunshine. Alucard said.
Sunshine.
Alucard said with a lisp. Alucard, whipped his long black hair out of his deep crimson eyes. So, his hair was, jabbed into his eyes.
Yes.
I'm still one of Sesshomaru's henchmen, and he wants you dead. To be honest, I might actually miss you when you're gone. But I rarely have no choice. He pulled out his gun and aimed it between her lusty golden eyes! Damn it all!
The golden eyes returned!
I
Plus, I
can't
thought
get
they
away
were
from
red!
this shit!
It will haunt you forever now, Hawk. Just because you read that one shitty story with me.
Okay.
But it kind of makes sense because we're kind
okay.
of demons here, so.
Okay.
Come here, Hawk, I'll take care of you.
I'm sorry. The show must go on.
The show must go
I'd rather
on.
be watching that right now.
What's that from?
Anyway. Night. Suddenly a car burst through the trees. Damn. And flattened Alucard, because I'm not reading it. Okay?
No! Don't do that. Once you establish his name as Alucard, it should always be Alucard, not this.
Alucard. I'm not doing that shit.
Well, if you do Aricado, you need to do it in a Spanish accent.
Alucardo.
Aricado.
And then we need to add one of those Mexican steaks.
Yeah, well, we did go to a Mexican restaurant because we determined Cora was Mexican. Did you know that, Hawk?
Oh yeah, he's a dirty Mexican too.
Plus, she's also Sesshomaru's lover.
I thought I already established in 50 Shades of Grey that we have to be nice to the Mexicans. Jeez.
As we keep, rolling in Mexican jokes.
Yes. Flattened Alucard like a steamroller, because that's what cars do.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same familiar white car they had seen parked at their school every day, which was
What?
apparently.
No, but we never talked about this.
Yeah, and again, I wouldn't know, so I'm taking your word for it. The window rolled down, and he peeked, like a widow's peak, his head out, smiling at them and removing his sunglasses. Top of the evening, girls. I saw 3 young girls deep in the forest looking lost, so I thought I should stop by and see if I could do anything to help them, and it turned out to be you 3. Huh? What are you guys doing? They all bowed.
In the middle of a fight?
Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess the fight's over since their enemy got crushed.
Well, yeah, he's under the car.
Konnichiwa, Sensei Hanayubi.
Who the fuck is this guy?
I don't know if he's a character from an anime or not, but he's the kind of creepy but incredibly helpful sensei that originally helped Mina-chan get to school and things when she lost her memory.
Well, I'm not too worried about that, but I do hope he remains Irish.
Top of the morning to ya. Mina spoke softly like the fur of a baby rabbit. What the fuck is with these siblings?
Stop it, lady.
I never, like in real life, I hardly ever swear. But when I read these, I'm like a sailor. It's amazing. We had just finished some business here. Oh, no, sorry. I'm not sure what happened. We had just finished... No, wait, it's not him. Damn. I want to do that Irish style.
We just had some finished business here, and now we're going to go to David's
bridal. I'm not doing that shit. David's bridal.
To
get some maid's dresses. Oh? Who's gotten married and who's the lucky man?
Man, I can't quite get my Irish right now. Cessnay, Hanayubi said, and continued to drive the car. Wait, when did they get in the car?
Yep.
Just now, I guess.
I guess they...
Maybe they teleported.
Raichu's father! And the bitch Lucy!
Raichu chimed in. Sensei Hanayubi looked surprised. Oh, you mean that quiet girl in the back of my class? I never thought she was all that bad.
The black of my class.
She's had a tough life, you know. Getting with someone's father is low. I know she's doing it just to annoy me.
Because it couldn't possibly be that they're actually in love or some shit.
I'm really clearing my throat really good doing that. Raichu said and crossed her arms, leaning back in the seat. There's nothing wrong between the older men and a younger lady such as yourself.
There kind
like
of is.
5 minutes for rebuttal.
If she was 18, then she can legally do whatever with a much older guy than her, but,
Well, still, a woman of 21 marrying a man of 80 is still kind of...
Yeah. It's questionable, but, love can exist.
Mr. Hefner. And...
Yeah, I'm just, the laws exist basically to protect those whose brains have not yet fully developed. So.
Yeah, but at this point, when you're 17, you don't give a shit. You think you know everything.
Right, and that's part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
All love is pure, and there should be no boundaries.
This is what I say about very helpful and nice sensei, but also kind of creepy.
Mm-hmm.
He's done nothing really wrong, he's just creepy.
You're right,
Yeah.
There should be no boundaries. Puppy!
Oh, thanks, Dave. Appreciate
It's okay, Dave. People probably think you do that anyway, considering half the shit on the internet.
Yeah.
Easy for you to say, Sensei!
Raichu sighed.
Hey, Raichu.
Mina-chan said.
He's kind of cute.
You shouldn't say that about your teacher, Sensei Hanayubi said and laughed.
I thought there shouldn't be any boundaries.
Right! What the fuck, dude?
Boundary.
No, I was talking about Raichu's cousin.
Then you should have clarified before you just said shit.
Please don't say that about him!
Raichu said.
Why? She's free to think what she likes.
Yeah. They all got hungry, so they decided to stop at the local Oh, fuck you! Fuck you! She's trying to Japanize KFC.
KFC, I see now.
KFC!
Stop it!
KFC!
I think she might be doing this just to piss people off who are complaining about it.
I think she's doing it because she thinks it's cool.
Fried chicken. Delicious. Finger licking.
No, her friend chicken. She ate her friend that was a chicken.
To get some French chicken, well,
Cheddar.
she showed that she doesn't really have many boundaries when it comes to what she puts in her mouth.
True.
And hopefully a soda, but we're not.
I would hope you would get a drink with your food.
But we're not sure.
Hopefully.
They made their order, which we totally give a shit about. A bucket of special KFC crispy chicken, mashed potatoes, baked beans, and Pepsis.
Okay, that sounds like a good meal to me. I'll eat it.
Most interesting part of the story so far, because it's something that I would actually be interested in.
Can I trade the beans for corn?
Yeah, sure.
We could get some corn.
Alright, I'm good.
They drove up to the counter, and he was there, like they're possessing him, in a red apron and a little hat. Yuki-chan rolled down her window.
Wait, so they went through drive-thru? I thought they went in.
Yeah, they drove up to the counter, just like right through the
drove
doors.
into the building.
People
How about
ran away
that?
screaming.
People do that normally, so it's okay.
Yuki-chan rolled down her window.
Koto-san, she said. What are you doing working here? Have you been doing this for a while?
He said, yeah, for a while. Did you order the crispy chicken basket with the mashed potatoes and baked beans and 3 Pepsis?
Basked.
Wait, what?
Beans. Yeah. These are beans that have
The
been
beans
out.
that can bask.
Asked bean. Yeah, you're totally right. They've just been, sunning for a while.
Well, that would explain why they're not very tasty.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
She smiled.
But they're like dynamite for your ass.
Hey, Lucy told me that her and your dad are getting married, right, Chu? Wow, it's really hard to tell who's talking. Is it true? Raichu's eyes...
I'd say when you don't know who's talking, just default to Irish.
Well, I think it's this dude that's asking.
That's good life advice, I think. When you're not sure...
Where's my IRS return? Oh, I'm not quite sure. I'll have to check the papers. Officer, how fast was I speeding? Oh, well, the little dial said I was going 20 miles an hour in the 60 zone.
Oh, dear. Raichu's eyes watered with blood-red tears.
It's true! That stupid bitch! I don't know what to do to stop her!
I thought you guys were just gonna crash the place and kill them.
It seems like a fairly thought-out plan, yeah. I think you
Yeah,
go wrong there.
she can be pretty rough. It's because she's retarded.
What? Fuck you.
Suddenly this story just made me laugh.
Sorry. I'm gonna pull it together, I swear.
Oh my god, it's the whole damn Portal story again. Look what the one it says next.
It's because she's retarded and has brain damage. Nobody likes her. Quote said.
I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it,
People like me. Yeah.
Hey, I give you a special gift inside of your KFC meal.
Yurushi.
I won't eat something if somebody's put, their own little addition to it.
Yeah.
There's some chicken livers in there, and
What
I've
is
heard
this,
some
tartar
bad
sauce?
stories about KFC.
I'm not really into the
ranch?
chicken liver, but I can give that to, no, actually I can't because I don't know anybody alive who likes chicken livers.
Yeah. He handed them the bag of food.
Thank you!
Raichu sighed. She took the bag and they drove off.
Hey, what's this?
Raichu put her hand in the bag. Oh, boy. Hey. And pulled out a music box.
Why would he just happen to have that and then decide to give it to them?
They put it in every Happy Meal.
Right.
But they were at KFC.
I don't know what KFC calls theirs.
What do
I use this for?
You listen to it after you wind it up. Duh.
I don't know.
Mina-chan looked at it and thought,
Hey, Sensei, we want to go to David's
bridal! If that's okay
Grandeur.
with you.
Wasn't that where you were going to start with? I thought you got what?
If that's okay with you. Right? I stopped giving a shit about the boys because of that. Sure thing. I'll drop you guys off there. Thank you! All three other girls said at once.
But what about the food? Are you eating in the car or are you going to eat at the bridal shop?
Well, they're just gonna drive into the shop again, I think.
Oh, okay.
Boom, bitches. They were at the bride shop. They saw lots of beautiful dresses. Some were green, some were pink, and some were ugly.
But you saw the beautiful dresses that were ugly.
The beautiful dresses, the beautiful dresses.
We have some for bridesmaids to, see, some for rent, some for you to buy, and some non-traditional.
And some to give to your friends.
Some that are
Yes.
ugly.
Because, that's how the saying goes, something new, something old, something
Something
blue, something in your shoe, and, ugly.
Yes.
Raichu stumbled upon a pinkish dress with light pink ruffled trim on it. Wouldn't that be pointless? I'm not sure.
That's like a prom dress, isn't it?
It had no sleeves. The dress she wears at the end of my videos. Okay. So if you haven't seen my videos, go fuck yourself.
But if you have seen her videos, I apologize. I'm so sorry. Because I watched one of them earlier.
Hey, this is beautiful! I need to go try this on in the changing rooms.
Raichu looked at the dress.
I'm having flashbacks to my immortal.
See you in a bit, Raichu!
In the stall, Raichu came into her dress easily.
Well, I think they're gonna request
Now
that you
have
buy
to
that.
buy it, yes.
Oh no! Stop! Yes! Oh god! She easily got it over her curvy thighs and small waist.
Wait, how can... One is not like the other.
Suddenly, she heard a faint crying on the other side of the stall. It was
Woohoo!
No, boo-hoo.
Oh.
Boo-hoo! Boo-hoo!
It was a cry of pain and agony. Oh, it was us, the readers.
Hey, who's there?
Raichu leaned up against the stall wall.
So,
None of your fucking business!
Wow, okay.
It was Lucy's voice. Her name is Rushi in Jap. Fuck.
I don't care.
Rushi.
This is a troll. I take everything I said earlier back. This is a troll.
I am actually now more convinced that she's being legit. Ever since I was born, okay.
Wait, I thought it was none of her fucking business, so why are you talking about it now? To the person you hate the most!
Ever since I was born, I've been hurt over and over again. My parents left me, and some boys beat my puppy to death.
Okay,
What?
that's legit, at least.
I'm
That's like
sorry.
the beginning of Jace Wick, right?
You don't understand!
Raichu hissed through her teeth like the angriest snake. The angriest snake. Starring Dean Wilson.
Paul McCartney is the rattle.
Yes.
I killed my mother. My father wants me dead. I have a demon that lives inside me, and they don't
So
pay
do I,
their
baby.
This sounds like the beginning of the story with Raichu. Now we're just transposing all this shit to, whatever. I don't care no more.
Many people want me dead.
Yeah, I can relate.
Raising my hand.
Do you know how it feels to be me?
Thank God, no.
You have any idea what it feels to be me?
I do.
It's going down at the wedding. You both are gonna pay for being the heartless, cruel people you guys are. I look good in this dress. Probably better.
Is that actually what the next...
Boy, that was just like a whiplash change of conversation. Also, what is causing Lucy to feel this way? Just last chapter, didn't she get to bang her future husband?
Yep, that would make me feel bad.
Shut up.
Okay.
Raichu sat up and was walking out the door when Lucy said,
See you in hell, bitch.
Raichu turned around and opened her golden eyes. Just a final fuck you to me. I just know it. Her lips rosy red and she said,
I'm already in it.
ooh. I cut myself on that edge, guys. Man.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would you say that? It would be better to say, no, you are already in hell. Or something like that. See, this is why I like that one line the most out of all everything else said in Clock Tower 3. Because the bad guy has Alyssa in his arms, and he's talking about her mother being dead. And she's like, no, you're lying. And he just takes her and tosses her over the side of the clock tower, and she's like, you don't believe me? Well, you can go to hell and see for yourself. I'm like, that's a great line! That's a great line! Why can't we have something awesome like that here?
Well,
Because it's fanfic.
We know why.
Well, yes, but...